Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton on the evolution of Terminator. So Arnold Schwarzenegger seemed like he was still in character for Terminator Dark Fate when we met him and his costar Linda Hamilton early this week, along with 5 other journalists from all over Asia. That is such a lame question, he quipped as soon as he heard the first question of the writer who was as quick on the draw as Carl, Arnold's T-800 android character in the sci-fi quiz. It was a question that was meant for Linda. What made you decide to return to the Terminator series after 28 years? But don't panic. The 72-year-old actor's intention wasn't to terminate or exterminate overeager riders. Really it was, as he later explained with a disarming grin, Arnold's way of breaking the ice and keeping the after-lunch roundtable chat eventful and easygoing. Just to keep everybody in the room awake, he added. But it was hard for everybody's mind to wander, given Arnold's larger-than-life presence and Linda's straightforward answers. I felt it was interesting to come back after all these years, Linda said. As an actress, I could fill in the 28-year void with my own story. While it isn't necessarily seen on screen, it's told by the work that I do, and by left square bracket to right square bracket very wrinkles on my face. I wanted to do something new for my character, Sarah Connor, and being Sarah at my age, 63, that new. The veteran actors were in Seoul to promote Terminator, Dark Fate, the 6th installment in the lucrative sci-fi series. The film, described by Rotten Tomatoes as a significant upgrade over its immediate predecessors, will begin its theatrical run in the Philippines on Wednesday next week. Keeping Arnold and Linda company were costars Mackenzie Davis, who played the cyborg Grace, Natalia Reyes, as the new Terminator's target, Dani, and Gabriel Luna, Red 9, an advanced Terminator prototype sent back in time to get rid of Dani, and director Tim Miller, of Deadpool fame. The franchise made an auspicious start in 1984 with James Cameron's The Terminator, followed by Cameron's Terminator, Judgment Day, 1991, Jonathan Mostow's Terminator 3, Rise of the Machine, 2003, Terminator Salvation, 2009, Alan Taylor's Terminator Genisys, 2015, and Tim Miller's Terminator, Dark Fate, a direct sequel of the series' first 2 films that takes place 27 years after the events in Judgment Day. The last time I was here, I said I'd be back, so I'm back, Arnold said during a press conference held the day before our interview with Miller and the cast. It's so much fun, promoting a very good film like Dark Fate, then a so-so movie. The feel-good laugh of nostalgia can be held. It's been 35 years since the original movie, and I've been part of all films, except Salvation, Arnold noted. It is very old, but it's still useful. I'm very glad Jim Cameron asked me to do The Terminator, because it really boosted my career. My success in it led to other successful films, like Predator and Commando. So, I was very happy to be back again for Dark Fate, this time with Linda. Tim truly understands action and visual effects. They make a great combination here. When it comes to my age, I don't feel it, maybe because I train all the time. I work out every day, so I'm always ready for a movie like this. As for Linda, she raised the bar so high. In T2, there's no woman as badass as Linda. All the things that she did in that movie, the chin-up, pull-up, push-up, running, jumping, fighting and shooting, everything was so believable because of how hard she trained and worked on her body. After 28 years, you'd think there'd be a lot of pressure to measure up to that. But she trained just as hard. The moment left square bracket producer right square bracket James Cameron told her about Dark Fate. For a woman to do that at the age of 60 is a whole different ball game. I was so happy when Linda and James came back to the series. It felt like the old team was complete again, like putting The Terminator and T2 into a blender and bar. The reunion was just as special for Linda, who said that seeing Arnold again was emotional for her. It was a fantastic moment. We may not have spoken in many years, but we forged a great friendship since our heyday as Sarah and the T-800, she said. We lost touch when he became the governor of California. So, when we met again on set and wearing our costumes, we just fell right back into it. So, when I finally saw Arnold, I was very ready for the role. I've never been happier to see him again. Excerpts from the Q&A with Linda and Arnold. To be honest with you, as far as we are concerned, nothing much. One thing stays the same, whether it's those silent movies since 100 years ago or the most sophisticated action films these days, you have to have a great story that plays well in any continent in the world. If they made this in 1984, it would have looked bad. I can pretty much guarantee that. Technology has come so far. I don't know if anybody would have dared to do something as auspicious back then, because how do you show a plane falling from the sky with zero gravity while your actors are fighting weightless in the air, with some big machines floating around them? Yes, they might have attempted it, but it would have been trash. In the Terminator, Sarah Connor was a hapless girl thrown into a helpless situation. In Judgment Day, she was willing to do anything under the sun to save her son, John. How do you see her evolution over the years? That's what intrigues me about the characters I play. I want to see them take a journey. If I just came back like the last Sarah left square bracket in T2 right square bracket trying to protect her son, I don't think Dark Space would have the same impact. When we start the movie, I can say that she's quite less of a human being than the T-800. What did she think of the strong female character she's playing? Strong female characters have always been present in Hollywood. They've been on screen since the 40s and single quote 50 seconds, it's just that they weren't necessarily action stars or the characters leading the action, like fierce warriors and fighters. Women have always been strong, it's just that there are different ways of showing different kinds of strength. Do Linda and Arnold remember what their first impressions were of each other? No, that was so long ago. She looked at Arnold. You said Jim took us out to lunch. Nah, that was for T2. Truthfully, in the first film, we weren't in a lot of scenes together because that was the nature of being pursued by the Terminator. You're always that close, but rarely sharing any screen time until the very end, when they catch up. So, we were on this for some time. But when we got together at the discotheque, by the time he catches us in the end, he's just an endoskeleton and that's not Arnold. That's just a bunch of guys moving mechanical parts. Last. Any thoughts about robotics and an increasingly mechanized world? For me, it's simple, it's just evolution being unable to keep up. We're trying to make things easier for ourselves, and I've seen it in the microcosm of people in Hollywood. The greater you are, the more help you have. But the more help you have, the weaker you get and the less you can do. That's the thing about evolution, it's the survival of the fittest. We're going into a place that is smart and lazy, and that's going to finish us off if we're not careful. I'll be back. Arnold's often quoted line as the Terminator is popular in pop culture. What was it like for Linda to deliver it? I must have said it like 100 times. Last. Arnold, can you talk about the evolution of the T-800? As a result, he has become not just one of the most memorable villains in cinema, he is also one of its most important heroes. After going against his initial programming, he has developed the ability to take matters into his own hands. That's what he's wrestling with and what we see unfold in the movie, which makes him interesting to play. While he's half machine, it also makes him half human, not just physically, but also mentally. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.